The human craving to step into the unknown is not only fed by our curiosity, but our biological need to learn and evolve. Going from coexisting in the wild to living in concrete jungles has bred a deep desire in us to experience the animal kingdom all over again. But this time, with the assurance of technology and the comfort of hospitality, leading to a thriving wildlife safari industry, catering to the close encounters with the wild. Wildlife tourism in Africa drives up to $30 billion into the continent's economy. And while the USP of the African wildlife experience has transformed from game hunts to conservation-based vacations, the level of interest in wild safari tourism is only rising, and so are the number of options available. Deep into the inland of East African wilderness, hidden among 1,000 hills in Rwanda, intimate interaction with wild animals begin only 70 kilometers east of the capital city in the Akagera National Park.
The world's best secret. I didn't know what to expect, and no matter what I expected, it exceeded it.
The Akagera National Park is a home to the Big Five in Rwanda. It's the only special about this national park is you get to encounter, you get to see wildlife in its natural habitat. The way the park is designed, the way the park is protected, and the way the park is zoned as well and utilized is with respect to keeping the wild areas intact for the wildlife to feel safe and also to continue to thrive.
Welcome to Akagera National Park. We are here. This is the southern part of the park. It is a part made of thick bushes and dense vegetation, which will be different when we reach into the north.
Game safaris at the Akagera National Park launch from the reception and move north, cutting through the park, marking the beginning of unexpected and close encounters.
I see something moving down there in the bush. Maybe it's a buffalo. Let us go and check what is there.
Unlike other game safari parks in Africa, Akagera's landscape is a potent mix of swamps, savanna, and woods, making the composition of its biodiversity one of the rarest in the world.
The last census that we conducted in 2021 showed results of around 12,000 big mammals in the park. Specifically around 130 elephants, over 40 lions, around 5,000 buffaloes, lots of zebras and many antelopes.
We have around 180 species of birds. We have like martial eagles, butler eagles that are hunting smaller animals like rats, smaller mongoose, smaller birds. So, and we have ground birds.
You know how the population has been growing since 2010 when we did the first ILO census, because we counted less than 5,000 big mammals in the park.
The most attractive feature of the Akagera National Park is not only the animals, the Big Five that you can now see in the national park, is most importantly, the success story of conservation.
Available within a range of price points and catering to thousands of visitors annually. The Akagera experience is designed to be wholesome.
In Akagera, we offer different activities. We have a day game drive. It's an activity start at 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. where people are driving around the park trying to find animals. And it can take 12 hours because it is like the primary activity and done by many people because they want to drive around the park to find different animals in different places.
Akagera is a self-drive park. With your vehicle, you can drive the park between 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. That's really on a budget. You pay just the entry fees, and this allows you to drive through from the south up to the north. If you need, which is the recommended option, it's better to visit Akagera more than one day, because to explore Akagera on a slower pace, going through different loops, you need at least two days. So that involves accommodation. That involves doing a couple of activities like boat trips, night drives, or behind-the-scenes tour or community activities. So it's already on a budget. If you compare to other national parks, it's not that expensive. We have camping, which is really on a budget. But if you add accommodation, that's when it starts to add up.
Upon entry, one of the first animal sightings at Akagera is that of the zebra, baboons, and drunk giraffes.
When an animal is eating on a tree, it releases tannin. Tannin is an hormone it releases to defend itself from animals that are eating on it. So the side effect of that tannin, it is the same effect which is pushing giraffes from moving time to time from trees to another, because the side effect of it is like an alcohol to an animal. When a giraffe feels affected, it moves to the next tree. And what we are seeing, it's like 8 zebras. It is the basic family, because you can see a dozen of zebras. A dozen, it's like a herd of many zebras, a group of many zebras, but there is what we call a basic family. Those stripes can also help them in regulating the heat. The black color attracts sunlight, white reflects it. So to me, the temperature is always constant. Getting in dry season or in rainy season, then they can survive like 4 to 5 days without drinking water.
From the ability to survive without water for long durations to practicing unique hunting techniques, the park is full of novel experiences and a great way to learn about animal behaviors.
Many people, they say a rhino is most dangerous because black rhinos are most dangerous because they don't show any sign before attacking. They can attack cars as well as people. But really most dangerous animal to human beings that are walking, especially on foot, it's a buffalo. Because whenever a buffalo sees someone moving, it will attack him.
The Akagera National Park is over 1,200 square kilometers. Definite sightings of all its inhabitants is not always a possibility, but the stories of close encounters are endless.
When you work here, you have many experiences, but maybe the closest one. So people told me there were lions in the plain of Mohana. And when I reached there after 2 hours, I didn't see any lion. So I wanted to make sure if they are there or not. So we were near the picnic in that plain. I just climbed at the top of a termite mound to see if there are lions, where they can be with by natural. When I reached at the top, a lion was sleeping under that termite. And then it stood up, ran away from us like 5 minutes, and then I was not able to move. I called the driver. He wanted to come on foot. I say, come driving. I was using sign language, not speaking, because I was not able to move or to do something. So when he reached, I jumped into the car and I jumped on the termites where I was standing. So it was really dangerous situation. The second one was in the car with elephants. Actually, we went and we saw elephants. We were the first group to see elephants, and we parked. Many other cars, like 20 cars, come and parked behind us. Then elephants come towards us. They didn't want us to be there. So we were not able to turn. So I told my driver, please turn off the engine. And an elephant, we were not able to close windows because it was an automatic car. An elephant came and touched inside the car with his trunk. And at that time I was thinking it is going to pick me in my neck and throw me outside. I was really frustrated, but I didn't show any fear because I had to calm people around me because I'm in charge. I have to be responsible of what is happening.
Kubijyanye wenda n'inyamaswa nabwo ni muri ya sekiteri y'ibyanya bikomeye. Inyamaswa zose ubu maze kuzimenya, inyoni maze kuzimenya, ibiti bimwe na bimwe maze kubimenya, uburyo bibaho, uburyo inyamaswa zibaho, mbese nuba ngo hano naho gukiye ubwenge bwinshi cyane.
Akagera's wildlife safari tourism has no history of violence, and the park's management takes the safety of tourists and animals very seriously.
Akagera is safe. We have a team of law enforcement made of around 120 people. But to protect animals from tourism, we try to set rules and regulations and policies that you cannot self-drive after 6 p.m. or before 6 a.m. Also, in terms of COVID regulations, we still test our visitors to enter the park.
Our teams in national parks have been trained and have worked through the process of creating the right experience and work together within one way or the other to make sure that they all contribute to creating a memorable experience, but also creating a safe place for the wildlife and of course the tourists.
We saw lots of different animals, and just the landscape, the whole thing of the park, it's amazing. So coming from Europe, where we have signs of human activity everywhere, to be out there for 3 days where there is no sign of any human activity, only the people who are visiting the park. It's phenomenal. It's like we can't understand maybe from a European perspective how just unspoiled the landscape is.
We've seen twice as many leopards as I have seen in any nation at all. So the surprises never stop. Every time I turn around, there is a new surprise, something I didn't expect, and it's always better than the last thing.
As the day game drive comes to an end, it opens a short window of time for meeting the nocturnal residents of the park.
Night game drive cannot be long because as long as people pass long time in the night, they get tired because they have been driving around. Also, animals are getting used to them. So it is an activity that can take 2.5 hours and done around the reception, close to the hotel, where we are focusing on nocturnal animals like hyenas, genets, leopards, and other among them.
As the sun rises over the Akagera National Park, so does the perspective with its next attraction, the air balloon.
We introduced the hot air ballooning safaris, which is amazing. It's an amazing way, an amazing experience of visiting the national park from a different perspective.
The ballooning experience is a privately owned company, but they contribute to the tourism of the park, and that adds up to our annual revenue that we have from tourism.
I am from Turkey, Cappadocia, home of the balloons in the world. So I am living in East Africa more than 12 years. I do balloon safari is in Tanzania, Serengeti and Masai Mara. Now I am partner of the Royal Balloon Rwanda.
To ensure a smooth flight across across the scenery. The air balloon safari starts early in the morning when the air is still.
We are coming around 5:30 a.m. every morning, and first we are checking the wind direction and the wind speed, weather condition. And if everything is okay, then after that I will give you a briefing about our flight and the landing position, direction control and everything. And after that we can go. The really great view of the Akagera and the lakes from the top we have seen. And also we have seen all kinds of animals, lions, elephants, zebras or others, but depend of your luck, depend of the wind and weather condition. So also sometimes the season. But usually we have seen most of kind of animals from the top. Balloon speed maximum can be 20 kilometers per hour. More than 20 kilometers, we should cancel. We can't fly. Right now, it's 1 and 2 kilometers. It's too calm, too safe. Yeah. Hot air balloon is the safely aircraft by literature. We have to follow Rwandan civilization requirements as well as international safety requirements.
Although a relatively new addition, the air balloon safari is catching the attention of those interested in a different point of view.
It's another view of the park from the air. One of the best attributions of Akagera is that it's a very scenic park. The landscape, the lakes, and seeing the sun rising in the morning from the air. It's an amazing experience.
It's a perfect location because you're up here on the top of the mountain, you look down, the sunsets are wonderful, the sunrises are wonderful, you see the lakes, you see the mountains over there, everything is right here.
Blessed with bountiful resources for animal life cycles to thrive, the scenic landscape of the Akagera National Park in Rwanda is littered with several water bodies.
One of the special things we have in Akagera, we have many lakes. We have around 10 lakes in Akagera. They are fish. We can find fish, crocodiles and hippos in all the lakes we have, and also in all the swamps we have. And we don't have swimming activities because they are crocodiles, but we have a boat trip which is done in Hema Lake.
One of these lakes is also considered the source of the Nile, fed by the Akagera River, after which the park has been named, making the boat safari a more authentic and exciting adventure.
The boating is an experience on its own because you get to see the land animals and the water, those that thrive in water. The most thrilling experiences being so close to in such a safe place to animals.
Just like all the other safaris at Akagera, the boat safari is led by an experienced guide.
You're welcome to Akagera National Park. Emmanuel is my name. I'm a park guide as well as a boat captain. So the boat ride will take 1 hour. So on the boat ride, I hope to see hippos, I hope to see crocodiles, I hope to see lots of birds, but I also try to check for the elephants and the buffaloes, because sometimes, not often, sometimes at this time, that's when elephants and buffaloes come down for drinking. So I will try to check for them and see if I can spot them. So what I ask you to stay seated, particularly when the boat is moving.
After explaining the safety protocols, the boat's captain puts the machine in full throttle. With over 500 unique bird species at Akagera, the boat safari offers a close-up of the water birds that swarm the islands in Lake Ehema.
We are at Behaviour Island. So this is a fixed or a real island, and it's a good home to birds and crocodiles. So there are lots of different species of birds. This one is ahead of us. These are white-breasted cormorants. Then that group to the left with the long necks, these are African darters. Sometimes people call them snake birds. When you look at it, when he's swimming, when you look at the neck on top of the water, it looks like a snake. So that's why sometimes people call him snake bird. Scientific name, it's Aninga rufa. So you can see that some of the branches of these trees, they were whitened by guano. So this guano helps fish. Then birds come back and prey upon fish. It's like an ecosystem cycle. Some of them can go 1 meter deep when they are looking for fish. Mostly the African darters, these ones with the long necks, they go more deep than the cormorants.
Other than birds, aquatic animals like the hippopotamus and the Nile crocodiles also feature into the package. Though not always visible, they're surely lurking under the surface, adding suspense to the journey.
These are aquatic animals. By aquatic, what I mean, they live in the water. So much of their time, they live in the water because of the sensitive skin. And they live where the lake is shallow, where they can stand and rest. Hippos are not good swimmers. They just trot under the water. Then late in the evening, this is when they come out for food or for grazing. And they can graze outside the water for the whole night. Then early in the morning, they can come back and stay in the water for the whole day. They just come out of the water for a short time, just for short sunbathing. And hippos are vegetarian.
The last leg brings tourists to the elephant hotspot. And with plenty of watering holes, the animals can be found in their most peaceful state.
I'm looking at 2 bull elephants, 2 big bull elephants up there on the edge of the peninsula. Okay. So these are African elephants. Both are males. So the big one to the right, it's the oldest. That one wallowing in mud is still young, he's middle-aged. So we have African elephants. They are bigger than Asian elephants. So sometimes bull elephants come out of the herd or out of the group, then they can roam lonely. Then after a couple of time, they can go back and join the group. That is when you find them together. So at this time, they come down for drinking. See, after drinking, you can see that they are wallowing in mud, wet mud, to cool themselves.
Watching the big African elephant nourish itself in the company of its family marks another highlight for all those that visit the boat safari in Akagera.
One of the highlights, we saw elephants right on the shoreline. When we went right in, we got right close to an elephant. We were on the water and he was right in beside the shore. Crocs, hippos. We went to an island where it was just completely swarming with birds. Yeah, it was amazing. The boat trip was really, really good. Yeah.
In a bid to stand out, Rwanda has meticulously utilized its natural resources to create a one-of-a-kind wildlife safari experience. that takes into account all tastes and preferences.
Everyone wants to go in the park out there and see wildlife, but the park offers many options to how you can see wildlife.
Fly across the national park and see the safari and do a safari from the hot air balloons. You can also drive across the national park to experience the wildlife in its natural habitat on the ground. But we also offer boat safaris on its many lakes of the national park.
With all these options, Rwanda's Akagera National Park is not only changing the way people view animal safaris, but the country itself.
It changed my mind of Rwanda, because I have to say, before we came here, I only was thinking of the negative too. But Rwanda has so much more to give people than that. And the place is just, you feel welcome. I mean, I truly feel welcome here. I'm sorry that we're leaving tomorrow. I'm welcome here again.